Greetings and welcome to Factorio. I'm Dgray, and today we continue our entry level to Megabase. And as we saw last episode, we did have a few issues keeping our red and green circuits flowing at a nice steady pace. So what I want to do for this episode is pretty much expand it out. Right now we're running with only 2 going, and I kind of want to get a third one of these moving along or up and running. So let's just get done reconstructing our green circuit one, and then we'll do our red circuit one afterwards, finishing that, and then pretty much just copying them down so we have 2 running at a time. That should more than double what we have running at the moment and give us a lot more throughput. Of course, I know it will take probably a few minutes or an episode for us to craft all the things we need, but I do think it's important to get it done. Let's request 50 should be fine. This should be on the way. Not that many in storage, so we might also want to increase how many we store everywhere. But there we are. That is almost an entire green circuit build done. So this is pretty much what I'm going with as our main one. Don't know if we should do a second buffer chest here to have things coming in. I think it might be quite good. Let's do a second one here so we have a bit buffered. Or actually just go with this one, but that's filling up. So that can't be... Oh, we have 3k, we can't even fill that much into one of these. I don't know what I was thinking. Can only fit like 2.4. So what if we make 1 iron and 1 copper? What if we do that instead then? And then you can... Oh, stop that. And you will be iron, and you will be copper. Then we have 1 chest of each, or 1 chest of each, and I think that will be the way to do it. So this is a blueprint, at least for now. So let's get this deconstructed. So you can go away. Then we'll probably put in a green one here and add a red to this one. But as we saw, we still need to expand our red a bit as well. So let's just steal this part. That should be enough for us to blueprint it down over here, saying that this is pretty much the blueprint we want to go with in the future. So there we are. That should get constructed. That should make things go at a very nice speed. So let's keep that. This will get deconstructed. This will get up and running. Oh, never mind. It was 4.8. You can have one of these. I was like, what did I calculate wrong? Yeah, 4.8. It's a 40, what's called 48 slot storage. I was thinking about, I think it's one of the smaller ones that only has 24. If that's even the case, but yeah, I miscounted a bit. But anyway, that will make sure we have enough flowing into these two to make things run. So should we just expand out our network a bit more while we wait? Now I think it will be fine. For now, we'll just see what our system will lack when we expand this one up to here. If we can even keep up with what I want to make. Could also go add the speed modules to what's it called? The place where we make what's it called? The modules, but I think that will drain our system a bit too much since we don't have this under control yet. So steel is good, copper is good, iron is good. That means red circuits, or green circuits at least, should have everything they need. So just a small upgrade like this should be no issue at all. So let's take this part. Yeah, we can just take it to here. That should fit in very nicely right here. Pretty much doubling our green circuit production in the future. Let's do the same for our red. That is being built. So in theory we could just take this and add a second one above it. So I'm thinking if we should remove this one over here, but I'll just keep it to get a bit more speed than that one. So let's take this, make a second red one. You can just go up right here. And then we'll have a lot of traffic over here now. That is one thing you can be sure of. But I think that is exactly what our base needs at the moment. So now we'll just let it work, putting in all the things we need. Did we have a buffer chest here as well? Oh, we have it right there. Flying in things we need. Should be room for all of it. So that'll be fine. Here comes the next one, filling up. And then we'll see if we can charge enough. And this is pretty much the reason why we have... whoa, look at that, guys. That is insane. Oh, I love watching that. I'll never get tired of that. This is working. This is being constructed as well. Our base will produce all the modules and all the things we need and slowly fill them up. Now we just have a huge amount of robots moving around over here. But yeah, can't see that becoming an issue. Let's just do this to make sure we have it all surrounded to get as much charge as we can. Though I think it might be a bit overkill. But no worries, that is good. Just look at that swarm of robots. Did that request all of them we had? Not even. Well, that is just brilliant. So let's see here. Let's go and fix some other things while we look at this. Oh no, we'll have to keep an eye on our red and green science a little bit still. Just to make sure we get it set up correctly. So this is running. Things are flowing in. These are all working, of course, without modules in them. That will get added in a little while. So that shouldn't be an issue. I can see we're still requesting green science to the cell over here. So adding in a buffer chest here to support that might not be a bad idea. So please request a few. Just give like 1,000 and 1,000 so we have some stored up for future usage. I know some will go back some other way, but that is fine for now. We'll just have to remember to add the buffer chests in where the resources is needed. So, mark it on the map to keep ourselves a bit organized. Or else we will run into issues in the future if we don't know where things are at. Anything else that needs a marker? I think right here we have our efficiency. That is looking good, looking good. And then we have things marked again. We'll have to give this a landfill mark as well. While I'm looking at this, I'm starting to debate a few things. Quite a few episodes ago, I did talk with one of you guys about placing these in the base or placing them at the ore patch. And to be honest, in terms of transportation, putting them in the base is better, since with productivity we'll get 20% more products moved out. But I'm thinking we could try and put some next to our iron patches and copper patches just to see how that will work to try and do a different kind of build. So in theory we could have an entire smeltery array over here, or column, and just move the ore to here, and then we'll take out the plates when the base can't keep up. I think that could be quite good. Though that will give us a lot more travel distance on the plate, so that means we will have to be even more diligent with our buffer chests, because if we don't have those, then it will never work. So that's why buffer chests are so important. This is filling up nicely. This is starting to work, getting productivity in, slow but steady. You have to go out, it seems. You are not a part of this blueprint. There we are. And then we just let this construct. The same with these down here. So I'm guessing this is gonna lag a bit. If we look at our construction tab, we're consuming, or we're producing 3.1k, only consuming 2.5. That's actually not bad. That means we actually had a surplus, but that will probably go down a bit. If you look at this one, producing 12k, consuming 11. So hopefully that can keep up as well, because we are starting to hopefully buffer a few things here and there. But yeah, this is pretty much the plan for the future of the base, having fully beacon setups that we can stamp down and increase production. If this gets, what's it called, or gets too far to the resources, we can always put it up here as well, or future construction. I think that could be quite cool, because most of this, in terms of science, doesn't require that many things, since most is actually made in our setup. So I think that could be a good way to solve a lot of this in the future. So this is all working. Speed is already caught up. That's probably because we haven't put down any beacons yet. And yeah, I should probably start to add beacons to the thing, so they can start to move it around. Could this be the episode where I do it? I know we will have a lot of idling around with a lot of beacons, but if you had more than 600, that'll pretty much double this. That'll give us a few 100 megawatts of power we have to support. If not, we can just remove the beacons we have where we don't want them. There's probably a lot of these that's taking a lot. So for now, let's just clean up some of the beacons we have around and then place them down anew if we want to continue with it. So you can go away. That is too many beacons. This will stay. That will stay. This is fine as well. We will need it in the future. Do we have? That is good. To be honest, we could remove them all and just place them down again when needed. So only having the first one in each row. So doing something like this, and then placing them down when we have to. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Let's just clear out most of the beacons to get it automated in our factory, because we'll need to place them all down anyway, because we need beacons in them. Oh, let's not remove you. You do have some beacons, so you can go out from here, and you can go away. Could keep this for now. Could keep that for now. No, let's remove them and get them put in sometime in the future. Well, let's do this. Let's remove it from the bottom ones. At least this one. All of you can go away to here. That will save us quite a bit on power. This will have to go away anyway. We do have it fully beaconed up here, so we'll know what to do. But yeah, a lot of this is actually quite annoying to have at the moment. I should probably have thought about this when we did it earlier. But you learn something by doing bases like this. Oh, let's also get this removed. That is also an old blueprint we're not using anymore. Wow. Looks like the construction robots were nearby, so that was not a hard thing to do. And that is fine, that is fine. Beacons in these is exactly as I want them. This can stay as well. So was that most of our beacons removed? We still have 600 or something that can get beaconed as well. I think that cleared out most of the beacons I have around the base. You can go away as well for now. And all of you to at least this part. Oh, did I take the wrong blueprint? I did. Hopefully that didn't happen somewhere else. Ooh. Remember to take the right deconstruction blueprint, guys. If not, you can be in serious issues. And now I can't remember if I removed something I shouldn't have. We'll probably know as soon as our base grinds to a halt. There we are. Did we do beacons over here as well? Didn't, luckily. And all of you can go away. Or pretty much the bottom part. So now we're down to about 500 beacons. That's not that bad. I'm guessing most of it is here. That's 100, 200. And then we should be good. Oh yeah, all the solar ones can go away as well. Just keep the top one. And the same right there at least. There we go. Now we only have 500 some around the base. Could remove... Oh, let's keep that. That is fine. We just needed to construct things. So yeah, is that all I want to remove? You can go away as well for now. Oh, let's leave one at least to know the positioning. And that we had thought about beaconing it at some point. And I think that is the last thing we have to remove. Wish there's some way to see where the beacons were at. I don't think that is the case. But yeah, I think that is fine. The rest is pretty much things trying to get flown in and built. Same with this one, have to. Oh, we have some right here as well. That's another 55. That's all of our copper. That's all of our iron. Our steel is beaconed as it should be. Then hopefully this will be enough. It will probably drain a bit of our power. But at this point where we are at, if you look at our max capacity, 4 gigawatts, we should be good. So let's try and add the beacons to the network and see what kind of shenanigans this adds. Right now they're consuming about 200, 189, and I have a feeling that's gonna more than double. But compared to our robots that consume 1 gigawatt, it's not that much in terms of overall power. Though it will increase in these nearby. One thing I want to test, I don't think it's the case. Yeah, the speed only goes up when we put in, what's it called, modules. Before that, or the power consumption before that, it doesn't do anything. So now for this part, and hopefully getting to the point where nothing is beeping in our factory anymore. So let's try that. Boom. There we go. They're in the wild. They're in the wind. They are slowly getting placed down wherever they're needed. Let's do that and that and upgrade you. Could give it some speed modules to increase the speed, but I think it's fine. We're just working like this. Give us 100 at a time. So things are slowly going down now. Everything should be made in our base. And we have a surplus of most things except modules. So yeah, let's just add in some speed to this to make it run a bit faster. I know it's probably going to be a bit overkill, but I think it's going to look very cool. So that's 500% increase, 550, producing at an alarming rate. And should we add in what's called oh, they're consuming a lot of power. What if we add efficiency modules to this and add speed around? What kind of power consumption will that give? Let's just test on this one. That is the maximum speed this can get. Wow. Crafting speed 11. That is quite insane. That consumes 4.5 megawatts of power, which actually is quite a bit. But what if we add efficiency to it? Let's just give ourselves a few just to test it out. How far down can we get the power consumption? Not that that is gonna be a deciding factor. Because if we remove everything in here, we have 11.25. Now we have, yeah, that didn't do much of a difference since all the beacons is around. So what if we do this? That only decreases it by, yeah, almost nothing. So we'll just stay with the speed. Efficiency is not really anything that adds that much to it. Even the last speed ones doesn't give that much. But let's try this so we can get all the productivity modules made. And filled in the rest of these around the way, around the base. So everything's getting beaconed. That's gonna give us a lot more modules a lot quicker, and hopefully this can keep up with it. At least it is starting to build up. This will slowly get all the modules it needs. And is it only 160? That's not that bad. These are almost filled as well. So this is gonna run out quite soon, I think. So we should probably start to look at iron consumption. Yeah, 12k. Going with 4k here. So that means we should start to beacon our iron and copper builds. We've done it with our steel, and that is perfect. So let's look at our iron. Firstly, here are some productivity modules for you. Let's do the middle ones first. Should probably have done that here as well. That's fine. And then add some speed to all of this. Oh wait, I should actually have done this. Silly me. Copy, paste you please. Still annoyed you can't do this. Just adding in modules like that. What if we do something like this then? Nope. So we'll have to deconstruct them to get it in. Which is a bit annoying because that will hurt our production quite a bit. We can do it with these, luckily. Oh, we can't do it even that. Let's get this away. Let's remove you. and get speed all the way down to there. So come to me, please. Speed up all of that. Let's do the last one as well. And then we'll add productivity to all of it. Can we just do this to actually sort it out? Deconstruct you, and copy this one to here and there. Yeah. Then we have a beaconed, what's it called, iron as well. Then we just need a beaconed copper. Oh, we have iron up here as well. Oh well, that is fine. Let's just beacon you right here. To be honest, it's just stealing this one, taking it up to right here and to going, please, 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 please. And this already have beacon productivity in it. Huh. Wonder why I didn't notice that any sooner. So there we are. That is our entire base starting to get fully beaconed. That means we can pretty much just copy paste this down on top of these when we want and get the next one beaconed as well. But it does look like we'll probably have to go... No, we still have this down here. We have all of this not being utilized fully yet. And we have one here. So, oh wait. That's one thing I forgot to deconstruct. There we go. That's gonna give us a bit less to put in. So that is nice. That is gonna get built. And then we can fill up all of these next episode, or hopefully just watch it go. Yeah, but things can't fly in fast enough, so that means we'll just have to do one quick thing. Buffer chest. Let's just do it right here in the middle. You'll request what we need, red, green, and blue. So red. Oh, red, green, blue, green, red, and blue. There we go. Just give us like 500. 500 and yeah, 500. It's fine. We'll just buffer a bit to make things run as intended. It does mean this one can't keep up at all anymore. It does have enough things flowing in. It's just not fast enough. So the last thing I'll do this episode is go and fix our blue circuits. Then I'll place down a ton of solar panels so we can get things running and keep our power at a nice steady level going into the beaconed future. I think that will be a very, very good idea. So let's see here. There we go. The rest will get things flowing slowly. But that is looking good. So, as I was saying, last thing, let's expand further up north. Let's just take our little blueprints. Let's check this one. Yeah, it fits fine right there. There we go. This should line up nicely with the rubber ports we already have. And is there anything else we want to fill in now other than a ton of solar panels? Don't think so. So let's do this. Let's continue over this way. Getting ourselves a ton of power. I'm wondering when we have enough. But that is definitely not yet. Can we fit in one more without clipping into water? Seems we can. And that will give our robots a bit to do. And that one looks good. So that means we have an entire row over here getting constructed. We can add in a few here to get that done. get a bit of landfill in. There we go. And then I will leave you right here. I think that'll be good. With this massive expansion of robust beacons and whatnot. There we are. Don't even want to know how many things we've just queued up. But our base should easily handle it. At least that is what I am hoping. So there we are. Oh, not the last one. Don't want to cover up our patches of resources. So now we'll just let this flow. Whoa, look at that, guys. That is a ton of things being moved. So yeah, I will end the episode here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I've been Dgray. If you enjoy watching this, please give me a like and a subscribe. And then I will see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.